Hey everybody, I have returned from my holiday break. If you want to know to where, we have a video detailing that from a few years ago. Check it out if you want. First off, Happy New Year. I hope 2020 finds you well. I wanted to make an update video and preview what we have coming up this year, sort of a state of the channel kind of thing. But I do know that these kinds of videos can be a bit dry and generally age terribly, so I'm going to pepper it a bit by unpacking a gift I got, as well as some thoughts I had over the break. Hopefully, it'll be more interesting than it sounds. To start, the gift, we have the Ultra Q box set that was released last fall. This series was the first from Godzilla co-creator IG Tsuburai's production company. It was the precursor to the much more well-known Ultraman, but this one is in black and white. I love Kaiju and think it works much better in black and white. The monsters look less campy and more menacing. Obviously, this was made for TV, with 28 episodes airing between January and June 1966. It had a huge budget, was shot on film, which looks great, and being Tsuburaya, the effects are awesome. Not only the costumes, some of which were actually repurposed from Godzilla films, you can always tell which ones, but there was also some great stop-motion work. The series itself follows a Monster of the Week format, though each are kind of distinct in their own way, have a ton of personality, and given that each episode is only 30 minutes, a lot of the fat is trimmed. The stories are more streamlined, and the kaiju get more screen time, which is always a good thing. This show is so much fun. I spent the days after Christmas in a weird anaglyphic haze. Between being jet-lagged and sleeping for 20 hours, I stumbled upon some old 3D clips from the 50s. This led to me digging out some glasses and diving into the history and processes of 3D film. You can expect a video soon, but I do want to say here that it's interesting seeing where people thought film was going, and that this three-dimension depth was the next logical step after motion, the sound, the spatial. There's this drive, I guess, to replicate our experience in media and to immerse ourselves completely into whatever we're consuming. In theory, 3D allows that. It's often derided as a gimmick or a fad, but I don't really think that's fair. I don't think 3D movies should be the standard, and modern 3D leaves a lot to be desired, but there are a lot of interesting things that can be done with it, especially in genre films, think horror mainly, or even travel. I watched many a train trip through Europe and Asia. Exploring this pulled me out of that Christmas mindset back into reality, unfortunately, as I've really grown to enjoy Christmas again. In my early 20s, it had lost some of its luster, or magic, but the older I've gotten, the more retrospective I am. I found for me, and probably many, the holidays are a time of memories, or ghosts. Christmas mythology is filled with allusions to ghosts, be it A Christmas Carol, or even It's a Wonderful Life, in a way, deals with what is and what could have been, the past. Now, I don't believe in ghosts in the physical, or I guess literal sense, but I do believe in hauntings, that you can be haunted. I think that capturing someone's likeness in media, you create a sort of apparition of them. Where memories can fail us, or morph, or distort personalities or experiences, in media they're always there, as they were. In my opinion, this is best illustrated in home movies. The memories of others have become a cornerstone of Sleepcore for this reason. Unlike with a photograph, which can obviously capture a moment brilliantly, and can do similar things, home movies or videos can, show you how your grandparent moved, or what they sounded like, obviously with voice. I use a lot of footage when the technology was so new and expensive that a lot of the footage you can find come from significant events, be it weddings, vacations, and obviously Christmas. When I was working on the holiday special, I found some absolutely wild clips. One sticks out. It's this grandmother and granddaughter watching television, and I don't know if it's the lighting or the film speed or composition or what, but there is something so unwholesome feeling or sinister feeling about this clip. I don't know, the whole setting feels like a dream. I love it. Even though I work with people's memories, I have difficulty viewing my own home videos. Most of my family is still alive, but I find watching and spending 2 or 3 hours with them in these videos leaves me wanting to continue hanging out with them as they were then. But enough about the past, on to the future. So first up, Sleepcore is going to be going on a bit of a hiatus. I feel like it's outgrown the thematic format, and has introduced enough aesthetically or philosophically that it can stand on its own. I never wanted it to be a content dump, and for the better part of a year, I've wanted to retool it into a more unique experience. I'm finally going to take the time to do so. Not sure when, but trust me, it will be back in some form or another. I'm heading into this year prioritizing quality over quantity. I've created weekly-ish content for about 2 years now, and feel like this adds unnecessary pressure and stress, and can often result in what I think, at least, is an inferior video. I've decided to slow down a bit, and instead of putting out a video because it's been a while, to put one out when it's ready. Now this won't mean months between videos, but maybe don't panic if it's been 2 weeks. Trust me, it's coming. I have plenty of ideas. We will soon be releasing a conceptual trailer for what we have coming up over the next little while, and what I'm dubbing Pics and Portraits 2020. I am very excited about it. I'd like to start doing more casual videos or personal videos like this one as well. They're a lot of fun. And despite the slowdown here, content will still be going up on Patreon, patreon.com/picsandportraits. You can support us there and get access to dozens of exclusive videos. That's just about it for me, so I hope you have enjoyed this look into how I spent my Christmas vacation. Almost said summer there. I am very excited for what is coming up. Hopefully you are too. As always, thank you so much for your interest in this channel, and thank you so much for watching.